Shout out to all the VIP members watching this full interview on day one. If you're not a VIP and you waited a full year to watch, hit the join button right next to the subscribe button and become a member for just $2.99 a month. And if you haven't subscribed, you already know what to do. Enjoy the interview. FR, CEO of Right or Wrong, KVH Entertainment, you tapped through with PPhilms. What's the word, man?
Man, we out here working, man, putting numbers on the board. Y'all see what the fuck going on, hottest in the city.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Just let them know who you got to the side of you right now. I know he don't need no introduction, but just let them know what's going on.
You bigger than me, nobody. Mr. Everything That Show, Big Right or Wrong, KVH.
I don't care if you pretty.
Suck my dick.
Word. So boom. FR, I want to start. We see what you're doing in the industry right now, but I want to take it back to the beginning. I was looking at your work. I was doing my research, and I even see that you was doing music before in your past as well. I want to talk about that a little bit, but let's start with where you grew up, what it was like, and how you even got involved with the music.
So I grew up in Far Rockaway. It was rough out there like any other hood. I made my way to Brownsville probably when I was about like 16, 15. So yeah, I come from the gutter. We go from Far Rock to Brownsville. It don't get no gutter than that.
That's a fact.
And yeah, I was as far as me being an artist and shit, I was signed to Borough like ENT. That's how I really kind of like got in the whole Brownsville way. They had signed me and shit. And we was working, we was lit. Like we was outside doing our numbers and shit. But at the time, I just felt like they ain't really know what they was doing as far as like marketing me as an artist, because they ain't really like know shit about no music. They was just some street niggas that was just getting money. Yeah. And they was just in a loop. So a lot of the shit that we was doing, we was learning as we was going. Feel me? So we made a lot of mistakes, but I'm blessed and I'm grateful for all those mistakes, because I was able to teach, you feel me, all my artists everything that I learned through my experience and from trying to be an artist.
That's what's up. You saying that you watched them make mistakes, so you learned certain things. What was some of the things you felt like you learned over there that you translated to your label now that these artists can benefit from?
So like, it's a lot of artists that's actually talented, but they just don't got no clout. You feel me? But it don't take away from the talent. And I feel like right now we're in an era where it don't really matter like how talented you are. Like if you ain't doing numbers, then it don't really matter. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So I feel like what I learned, because around that time I ain't really have no clout like that, but I had good music. So a couple of my artists I found like that too. Like they ain't really, like they wasn't really doing no numbers like that at first. Like, you feel me? Like Tata, you feel me? When we first got Tata, he wasn't really viral. He wasn't really going crazy like that, but he had good music though. He was talented. So I learned to recycle the clout. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, get another artist that's kind of doing numbers. Make sure you put your artist that's already not really doing numbers but as talented, and you feel me, recycle the clout to make sure that they, you feel me, can catch up as far as with the numbers and all that.
Absolutely.
So that's just one of the things.
Got you. I speak to a lot of rappers now. A lot of people who's rapping, they're probably getting a little bit older, but they still holding on to that dream of rap, right? And when I tell them like, yo, why don't you try to pivot? Why don't you try to do something else, or try to invest in somebody who's younger or something? It's kind of hard for them to let go of that dream. For you, like, was it difficult for you to kind of pivot into now being a business owner as opposed to a rapper?
Nah, it was difficult because like when that shit is in your heart, like when you really love music and you really like, that's all you really know, it's kind of hard for you to even play the back. And watch somebody else be the artist. But the way that I went into it was, I never was a nigga that was like scared to play the back or scared, because I learned early on that it's more than one way to get inside the crib than the front door. You feel what I'm saying? So just because I took the side right now, you feel me, that don't mean that I still can't come back and do something. Because at the end of the day, when you got money, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Absolutely. Honestly. Shit. So, Diddy rap, Master P rap,
exactly.
All of them rapping. So, word.
I kind of went into it like, I got to make money off this shit. I'm not trying to go to work for nobody. I hate fucking 9 to 5. Like, I got to really figure it out. And that's kind of more so how I went into like, changing me being a CEO into an artist.
Okay, cool. So, all right, now you create the label. I want to kind of pivot into and then talk about the elephant in the room. I was watching DJ Self's interview.
Mhm.
I seen Sha EK mention how you, along with Talk of the Town, signed him initially. I
Right.
don't know if it was a management, production. I'm not sure what that deal was about. I guess you'll fill those blanks in for us.
Mhm.
But he basically said, I guess it wasn't a good deal, or he had his discrepancies with you. And later, fast forward a couple of weeks later, he does another interview with Art on Cam Capone, and Noodles now, his manager, his current manager, speaks on how basically FR had a bad deal, or and he even took shots at 4-1 and everything. So speak about how you met Sha EK. Speak about when everything was going well, how y'all met, and how did it end up like this?
Alright, so basically, I was dealing with the Talk of the Town chick, you feel me? Me and her was cool and all that. We had like a little history, like we've been kind of like involved in the drill scene from way back, like Chef and fucking Ace Number 5 and
God
Jay
damn.
Guapos and like, you feel me? All the
Yeah.
way back from then, like, you feel what I'm saying? But we started dealing with each other. She had the Talk of the Town shit or whatever, and we kind of got cool again. And I was like basically helping her with the platform because I was basically telling her like, yo, listen, everybody is getting signed off of your platform and you ain't really making no money off this shit, but they're like A&Rs is literally coming to your page and scouting talent. Like you making, and they getting paid to do that. And you ain't seeing a dollar out of it. So
Yeah.
we was more so just I was trying to help her like try to figure out how we could like get a bag off of it.
Yeah.
So at first we started basically doing damn, what is it called? Damn.
Freestyles,
Nah, we was damn, I forgot what the paper.
artist development.
Nah, not artist development. Basically, damn, I forgot what it's called, but basically we wasn't really signing artists, we was just having them come up there and sign the paperwork as far as like if they come up here, they get shopped around, like basically for bills. I forgot what it's called. I'm telling you, I can't remember the name right
Okay, now
now.
you
But
good, you good.
that's what we was having niggas sign at first.
Yeah.
And then like in the midst of us doing that, I was just like, yo, we should just sign an artist, bro. Like, I feel like we could really, like, make somebody go crazy. Like, you feel me? And she was like, nah, I don't really want to sign no artist right now. I got too much going on. There's too much shit. Da, 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 da. I'm like, yo, bro,
Yeah.
listen. Let's just sign an artist. I'm going to do everything. You could just focus on doing the show.
Yeah.
So she was like, all right. We was going through mad different artists. You know, everybody was coming up there getting interviewed and shit. So we was going through mad different artists. And then Sha EK popped up.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, is this nigga signed? And she was like, nah. Like, I don't think he's signed. And I'm like, yo, maybe we should grab him. She was
Yeah.
like, yo, he got mad beef with everybody. Like, so I'm like,
Yeah.
that may work.
Yeah.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? One
So
thing
you're
about-
not, sorry to cut you off, you're not opposed to dealing with signing a artist who's into it with everybody. Got you.
I fuck with the underdogs always
Gotcha.
and forever. Like, you feel
Okay.
me? That's just my bop. Like, I don't give a, like, if I fuck with you, I don't care who don't fuck with you. Like,
Okay.
you feel what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
that was one of the reasons that I kind of was fucking with Sha too. Like, I was like, he the underdog. Nobody fucking with him. Like, you feel what I'm saying? He don't got no friends. He top out. Nobody want to help him. Nobody want to do music with him. Nobody want to be around him. Like, they don't want to do shit. So, I like to prove points too. So,
Yeah.
I wanted to show that, you feel me? Like, this is a nigga that nobody was fucking with. I could like really get him lit. So, that's basically how we pulled up on Sha, whatever. And she basically was explaining everything to him. I was speaking to him too, let him know, like, yo, listen, this is a production deal. Like, even then, like, when they say, oh, he thought it was a management deal, and, like, one thing about me, like, I explain to the best of my ability. You
Yeah.
feel what I'm saying? Me and Nicole, we both was kind of new to that shit. And we paid $1,000 for that fucking paperwork. Like, you feel me? And we barely knew what the fuck was on there. We just knew that shit was a 50-50 split. Like,
Okay.
you feel what I'm saying?
A thousand a piece, or 500,
Nah,
500?
500, 500.
Gotcha.
We paid for the paperwork, and that was all we could afford at the time.
Okay.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? So we got the paperwork done or whatever, and Sha wound up signing the paperwork or whatever. He was with it. We explained to him like, yo, this is a production deal. We gonna handle all your production, all your videos, all your studio
Yeah,
time.
that's what I wanted to know. Production deal. Explain for the people that might not know what it is. What are y'all responsible for when it's just a
We're
production deal?
responsible for all production.
Okay,
So-
music, videos.
videos, marketing is not really included in it, but like if you are real right and you really want your artist to go, like you're gonna do everything. Like you feel what I'm saying? So I never really went off paperwork when it came to my artist too, cause it's like nigga, I'm trying to go, like we trying to go up, like you feel what I'm saying? The paperwork is just to make sure nobody else come in and try to fuck us over, like you feel what I'm saying? But for us, like nigga, we getting it out the mud. We don't nobody got no money right now, like you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically what a production deal is. We handle all your production.
Okay. He, you know, he felt as if like y'all was kind of keeping him on the hush. Like basically, Coey would be going out working with K Flock, and she's making that public. But for him, it's kind of like he seems like he's being left in the dust. And in his words, he said, "I see everybody going up," and I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? So, explain that.
The thing with Sha, he was the most difficult artist I ever fucking had. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Because he's just mad rebellious on shit. So every time we had tried to get him to do certain shit, he didn't want to do it. Like, it was like pulling teeth to get him to do like mad shit. Like simple shit. Like being at the studio on time, coming to do a fucking interview. It's like having a kid too. We gotta pick him up, then a nigga got beef. You know what I'm saying? So it's not too many places you could bring him. Shit, you damn near can't bring him nowhere. You feel what I'm saying? And then nobody really want to deal with him like that. So it was just, and then he be mad about, like, I feel like at that time, Sha was just like, he was fucked up in his mind because a lot, like, to be honest, Sha really got a lot of them niggas in the Bronx lit. He was really one of the first ones to really, like, be doing numbers out there. So he started really seeing that everybody that he kind of put on was going up. And he still was kind of like at a standstill. So like we was just trying to explain to him like, yo, like you gotta be patient. Like we working, we shooting videos. Like you feel me? We was working, we was doing shit, but I guess we just wasn't moving fast enough at his pace. Especially when you watching niggas fucking get deals and do. You feel like the little shit that you doing is like it ain't really nothing.
When did y'all sign him? Like
we signed Sha like last year, I think 2021. I think it was like June or July.
Cause I remember watching him do his thing, but then there was a point where it was kind of quiet. I don't know if that was before y'all stepped in, after y'all stepped out. I felt like things kind of got quiet, and then boom, it was just like a revamp or whatever. I don't know.
So basically, what happened was for me. Let me comment on keeping him a secret too.
Okay.
I didn't give a fuck.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? She wanted to keep him a secret because she had the Talk with Town shit going on, and she felt like motherfuckers wouldn't want to come and get interviewed to deal with her if they knew that she was dealing with Sha. I ain't give a fuck who knew I was dealing with him. Like, you feel what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, this is my artist. And I kind of lost, like, a lot of, like, relationships due to that, too, because I feel like a lot of people felt like, oh, he fucking with this nigga, so he a op.
So that really happened even with you? Like, because I could see if artists go through that, but the business on the back end, businessmen deal with that as well.
Yes, bro.
Crazy.
Niggas ain't want to like deal with me. Like certain people that I was dealing with, I wouldn't get certain invitations no more. Like it was like little shit that people was doing because they just like they ain't fuck with him type shit. And me personally, I'm like, nigga, I'm grown. I don't got nothing to do with none of that little kid shit. Like this is my artist. Like you feel me? Like whatever. And most of the time when I was talking to Sha, I was telling him like, nigga, leave that shit alone. Like that shit is for the lames, bro. We trying to go up, like, you know what I'm saying? Just leave it in the music shit at least, like. So.
Got you. Okay. So.
But speaking on him at the standby, so.
Yeah.
What happened with that was, this nigga, he had the D&D record, right?
D&D record.
We working. Feel me? We shoot the D&D record, whatever. Me and Sha always used to kind of get into it. Nothing crazy, but we'll always kind of get into it because I don't know. I'm just a real transparent person. Like, I'm going to just keep it real. If I'm not feeling something, I'm not feeling something. I'm just not here to play. Like, we coming here to do music, let's do that. So, Nicole would baby him a lot, though. Like, she was more so his to go to and deal with a lot of his bullshit. I wasn't with none of that dumb shit. Like, you feel me? So, he leaned towards her more than me. You feel what I'm saying? So at the time, I kind of got over the whole situation. I'm just like, yo, bro, listen, this shit too difficult. Like, I don't got time to keep going back and forth with this nigga. Like, listen, I'ma just pay for the shit. Nicole, you just deal with him. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So we kind of got at that space now. So She running around with him. She always called my phone, crying, complaining. They had an argument. He disrespected her. He violated her. The friends violated her. They told her suck dicks. Fact, there's all types of just wild shit. Like, they wilding her up. Like, you feel me? So now I'm keeping my distance, but I'm still making sure shit is getting done.
Okay.
So now we do the D&D record like 3 months later. The shit wound up going crazy. Now in the midst of the shit going crazy, 3 months later, we ain't really talking like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess he just on some shit now. Like, nigga, like, fuck, like I'm doing what I'm doing. So now me and Nicole, we kept like peeping, like little shit come through, like little contracts coming through. Like she was on his gram or shit like that. So she was peeping like contracts and like people sending him shit or whatever. So she'll be telling me about it, like, yo, we got a contract coming from Trench K or whatever. So I'm like, what, TJ? So she like, yeah. So I'm like, okay. So we never said nothing about the situation though. You feel what I'm saying? He's like,
Yeah, hindsight, do you feel like you wish you did speak on it?
Nah.
Okay. Why didn't y'all speak on it?
Because I felt like I wanted to see if he was gonna really tell us, like, you know what I'm saying, if he was gonna be real.
You want to see his loyalty or
Yeah.
his honor?
I wanted to see if he was going, like, his loyalty and shit. So
Got you.
I'm like, alright, so we just gonna wait it out, see what's going on. We reaching out to him and we like, yo, bro, like, what's going on? Like, what we doing? Now he's just mad standoffish with her and me. Like, you feel what I'm saying? He just, so finally he comes out and he on some shit like, yo, listen, I'm about to just go fuck with Trench K, Lil TJ and them. So I'm like, word? I'm like, oh, I copy, like, go ahead, like, do your thing, but they gotta buy you out this deal though.
Okay.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? My whole thing is like, I'm not with the grease bullshit. Like, me and her helped that nigga get a viral joint. You feel what I'm talking about?
Which is D&D.
Which is D&D.
Gotcha.
I paid for that shit. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So why would you even want to go and just try to just run off and go get a check and we ain't good? Like, you don't want to make sure that we eat, we don't get nothing. Like, fuck y'all niggas. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, we ain't never really had no bad blood or never like get into no crazy shit or ever violate Sha in no type of way. Me or her. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We handled him correctly. As far as the paperwork, he keeps saying the paperwork wasn't nothing wrong with the paperwork. It was a 50-50 split. And it probably was little shit in there that probably was unfair, but that was the only paperwork that we could afford at the time. We didn't even fucking know all the shit that was in the paperwork. And when it was time to go do a deal or something, like anything for us to transfer all that paperwork, we would have did it fairly. Like, at least me speaking on my behalf. Like, I'm not about to sit here and we get to a label and the label like, oh damn, the paperwork said this, that ain't even fuck about to take all that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, oh nah, like, let's get it, let's do it right, let's do it correctly then. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I ain't trying to grease nobody.
Yeah.
So
niggas don't be team players, bro.
Basically.
I never looked at my contract. I never second guessed about my contract and look at me now, bro.
Yeah.
I had no second guesses about nothing. I never, for me, felt nothing slimy about the guys, the big bros. Out these niggas, I wouldn't be here, bro. Gangsta niggas, you gonna be team players for real, bro.
What made you fully trust FR?
Just the vibe, bro. Like, for me, even like, nigga, even if I was to stop rapping right now, like, for me, this would still be my big brother, for me.
Gotcha.
Gangsta, it's that type of vibe, this shit, bro. Gangsta.
Okay.
Shit genuine, bro.
And Tata was the first artist.
Yeah, now I remember, I don't know if you remember me, I remember
even
like
before Sha EK.
Yeah, I remember a year ago when I had interviewed Bona. You was there. Yeah, I remember that from back then. Word.
That's a fact.
So yeah, so D&D happens, he goes off.
D&D happened, he started trying to move slime, like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, yo, listen, bro, at the end of the day, like, if that's what you want to do, go ahead. Like, you feel what I'm saying? But they got to buy you out the contract.
Yeah.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? Them niggas start trying to offer me $10,000. The disrespect, bro. He trying to go through a $500,000 deal, which is still disrespectful to him. You feel what I'm saying? He trying to do a $500,000 deal, and they trying to offer me $10,000.
Question. Now is that 10,000 for you, 10,000 for Coey, or 10-10? I mean,
yeah, exactly how you said it. 10-10.
Okay. Gotcha.
10-10. I get 10,
she gets 10. All right.
So it's $20,000.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is now, I guess, because come to find out, I don't even think little TJ was ever even like really that much involved in it. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I guess he kind of just put Noodles onto the situation. That's his manager or whatever. So now Noodles come and Noodles calling my phone and he like, yo, we got $10,000 for you. If you could just sign him out the contract, let us buy it. And I'm like, what, nigga, why the fuck would I let him out the contract for $10,000? We did all the work. What the fuck did you do?
Yeah.
Like, the fuck, y'all about to come into the situation is lit. The record is viral. Labels is hollering. We done argued with this nigga. We done went back and forth, paid for videos, did this, did that, done lost all types of peace and sanity even dealing with the motherfucker.
Yeah.
And you think we about to just give him up for 10 bands, bro? And they offering us fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars? Like, that don't make sense. Just for y'all to come, and it's just for Noodles to come in the situation, and he take him, like, what he wanted me to do was let him out the contract so he can sign Sha, and then they could go to a major label and then do a big deal, and then he could get a big split of the money. And he didn't do shit. All he did was just come in and say, yo, you got a viral record.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, I'm not with it. You feel what I'm saying? And then I kept trying to explain to Sha too, like, yo, bro, listen, it don't matter who you go in a label with. It don't matter if you go in there with me, fucking Tata, Noodles. Your money gonna be the same. Like, you feel me? Your money ain't gonna change. You're gonna get the same amount with whoever you walk in there with. Yeah. It's just whoever you walk in there with, they gonna get paid too. Why the fuck wouldn't you want me and Nicole to be the ones that walk in there with you and get our check? Nigga, we the ones that work the whole situation.
Yeah. Why didn't he want that? Was it because he was just as through with y'all as y'all was with him? To be fair. Okay.
Maybe he was just as through with us. Maybe he's just a selfish, disloyal greaseball. Fuck. One of them, I don't know what it was, bro, but I couldn't really put my finger on that. And I'm just like, alright, whatever it is.
Either way, he chose.
Yeah, and I just wasn't with it. So that's when me and Nicole got into the fallout now, because she was thirsty. I guess she ain't never really had nothing in her motherfucking life. She heard $10,000. She like, oh shit, nah, I need that. I want $10,000, and I'm like, yo, bro, chill. Like, what the fuck? They about to do a $500,000 deal. Relax. She's like, oh, we didn't even spend that much money on him. Let's just let him go for that. I'm like, bro, you talking about we didn't spend that much money on him? They didn't spend $1 on him.
Can I ask how much y'all did spend on him? Or is that too personal?
Honestly, I don't know. I never even kept tabs on it like that.
Roughly 3, 5, 6.
You're not even worried about the brand. For me, that's how you know niggas is real niggas.
Yeah, like,
how much we spent on that.
I never like even with all my new artists, bro. I can't fucking tell you how much money I spend, nigga. I just be doing shit because we just working, like, you feel me? But it wasn't that much. Like, we didn't go super duper crazy. It wasn't $100,000, like, you feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, we did play a part in get him that bread.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. The reason I asked that is because you say Coey said we didn't spend that much. So for her willing to accept the 10, I'm like, all right, maybe they just spent probably like around maybe 3, 4.
She was just hungry.
Gotcha.
She was just hungry, and she just wanted to get paid, I guess. And I just wasn't with it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and she said I'm money hungry, and I'm like, bro, if I was money hungry, I would have took the 10 fucking bands right then and there. Like, you feel me? I'm thugging it out. And at the time, I still got other artists, and I'm still investing. I don't got no bread like that. You feel me? Like, I'm literally working a 9 to 5, paying for all this shit, and I'm still thugging it out. Like, you feel me? Working, not accepting no fucking crumbs. Like, I know my worth. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So I didn't take the bread. She was mad that I wasn't taking the bread, and I guess they started sending threats to her and shit. Bitch, we gonna fuck you up. We gonna kill you. We know where the studio at. We gonna boom you out. All this wild shit. So now she gets scared. Now she's calling my phone. Oh, they threatening me. Noodles hit my phone. He's, oh, yo, niggas, I'm telling you, you don't want. And I'm like, bro, if only y'all niggas really knew. Back to me being an artist.
Yeah.
Me and the niggas that I was signed to ran the industry. Respectfully, all the rappers who came to New York, anybody who checked in, all the New York niggas, they tapped in with Robo, like, muscle, strong.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's how we was even able to really move like that. Like, that's why they was able to. We on the radio. I never had a hit record, nigga. I'm on 105.1, nigga. Go back and look me up.
Yeah.
I'm on 105 interviews, nigga. We with Nicki. We with top niggas. The muscle, like, you feel what I'm saying? We thugged our way and muscled our way to do all that. Yeah. So when Noodles is telling me about that shit, I'm just like, bro, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't even think you understand who you talking to. Y'all niggas ain't about to scare me into signing a nigga over. No, take it in blood. The fuck?
Yeah.
And that was it. Like, so I guess they was mad because I wasn't folding. And she started siding with, like, I guess she was so scared, she started siding with them now. And I'm just like, bro, you stupid. Like, go ahead, you take your little cent, whatever they gonna give you, go ahead, do your thing. I'm good off that.
Gotcha.
And I stood strong.
And eventually,
I got my fucking bread, as they should, and they mad.
gotcha. What when I know you say last question on this topic, so I ain't gonna stay on it too long. You say we didn't know too much about the contract, so we gave him what we knew, and then Noodle says it wasn't a good contract. Now looking back, do you feel like he has a reason to say that that wasn't a good contract? Like,
It was probably a couple things in there that probably wasn't right, because that was like one of the same contracts that I had gave all my other artists too.
yeah,
But eventually, when I got a little more educated and we learned more, we fixed all that up without them even having to say anything to me or none of that. Like, sat down, spoke to a lawyer. He was like, "Yo, like, a lot of this shit is kind of unfair on the artist side." And I said, "Well, fix it, make it fair." Like, you feel what I'm saying? He fixed the contract, and we all re-signed the shit over, so to make sure everybody's Gucci. Cause
gotcha.
that's how I play. Like, I'm not in it to grease nobody, bro. Like, I ain't get this far by greasing niggas.
Yeah,
You feel what I'm saying? So I never had to grease niggas. I never had to be one of them niggas like to step on niggas just to get ahead. Like, nah, I get my blessings because I do good by people.
that's what's up. That's what's up. I know y'all did the. I remember when you was working with Blockwork. I don't know if you still are. What's the situation with that? But I recently seen him post something like he came back and cleaned it up, but he posted something along the lines of, "I need management." I think he said people kind of left him or whatever. I think he came back and cleaned it up. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But are y'all currently working with him or no?
Nah, I'm not really working with Blockwork right now. You feel me? That's still my little bro and all that. Like, it ain't no bad blood or nothing. But I just had to we had to like kind of part ways, because a lot of the times we wasn't just really like, we wasn't seeing eye to eye when it come to like the business part of the shit. You know what I'm saying? So we just had to kind of like part ways on a business tip. But you feel me? I'm still here for him if he need
Yeah.
anything, and it ain't no love lost or nothing like that. But certain people, it ain't good work relationships,
Yeah.
and that's really it with that.
See, with that situation, it's kind of crazy to me because it's like he left after 41 signed or before,
After, well, kinda before, a little before.
while it was kind of happening.
Yeah.
For me, I look at that like, yo, if he just got those signed, then I'm gonna stay right here and get myself signed too. Like,
Mm,
what was
shit.
it that didn't? What was the conflict in the business? Like, what didn't y'all see eye to eye with?
I think that Blockwork was just going through a lot, like personally.
Okay.
So I think like his mind just wasn't like, it wasn't clear. Like, he wasn't mentally like in a space that to like really understand how the business worked, as far
Hmm.
as like, when you dealing with management, and when like, they handling certain shit for you, you gotta like. And the thing with Blockwork is too, like, he kind of been through a lot with friends and all that shit, where he just like, he don't trust nobody. Like,
Yeah.
you feel what I'm saying? And that kind of really was our issue. Like, I just felt like he just didn't trust me. Like, he was just
Mm.
moving like he just didn't trust me. He just felt like, I don't know. I can't really say exactly how he felt, but I just felt like he just was kind of like moving like he just didn't really trust me. And I'm like, bro, like, nigga, I'm trying to do everything to like really gain his trust,
Hmm.
but it just wasn't working. So I'm just like, you know what? Before it like go completely left, let's just kind of like end it on good terms, and like, if you do need me to do something for you, you feel me? And if I can help you, I'll help you with that, and vice versa.
Gotcha. That's what's up. You saying that it's he didn't really trust you when it comes to artists and either management or artists and CEO, artists and label, whatever the case may be. What makes the two mesh well for you?
Trust,
Hmm.
communication,
Hmm.
and being on the same page.
Okay.
Like, you feel me? As far as like hunger, if y'all both want it just as much, then y'all both gonna go crazy. If y'all both communicating with each other properly, you feel what I'm saying? Then y'all both gonna be on the same page. So
Gotcha.
that's what I feel like really make a good relationship with management and for
Bet.
the artist.
Bet. Do you ever step in to be like, nah, I don't think you should put this song out, or kind of do you kind of give the artist full creative control?
Nah, I give all my artists full creative control. Like I
Yeah.
let them whatever records that they want to do. I give my opinion on shit, but
Yeah.
I'm not out here stopping nobody. Like
Gotcha.
you feel me? It's funny. I'm gonna say some funny shit about KR because he loved to bring this shit up.
Let's do it.
KR had a record, right? Spinning 2.
Okay.
He kept telling me, yo, bro, I think this is the one. I'm like, yo, bro, I don't know. I think it's cool. Like, it ain't no lot to me. Like, you feel me? But, like, if you feel like that's the one, then fuck it. We gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel me? He dropped it, and that's one of his biggest records right now. So,
Yeah.
the label ain't always right. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't always right. That's why you gotta give them the creative space. Because, one, I'm older. It's a whole different time in music and everything. You feel what I'm saying? So, you gotta trust that they opinion too. But I
Yeah.
always tell them you gotta trust my opinion too, though.
Word. That's what's up. Let's get it. All right. So you brought up KR before. Let's talk 41. How did you meet them? How did it all begin? I know. Tata was. I remember him since last year. I know he was with you first. Let's talk everybody now. How did everyone get on board and everything?
Alright, so you know,
The heart of this shit for real.
my man's Tata, you know, he was the first artist and all that. So I was moving around with Tata on some like everyday shit. He was there with me through everything, like the Sha EKs, the all that. Like he was around. So after the whole, well, kind of during Sha EK, he kept telling me about Jen Carter and Cal Rich.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, I ain't gonna front. I was kind of like brushing it off. I'm like, yo, bro, nah, like niggas ain't really doing. Cause you know, I'm coming from dealing with Sha EK, so it's like, you know, he was doing numbers.
Yeah.
So I'm somewhat kind of focused on that now. Like I'm like, nah, they ain't really doing no numbers like that, bro. Like I ain't. He like, nah, bro. I'm telling you, like he was real persistent about them. So KR had a record called Beam that he dropped, and Tata was showing me, he was like, yo, look. It's going viral on TikTok. At this time, Tata thought everything was viral. Like, the shit had like 100 videos, bro. You say it's going viral on TikTok.
100 views.
No, like 100 videos. Like, you know how people do videos on TikTok?
Oh, okay.
So it had like 100 videos. So he like, yo, so I look, I'm like, nah, I like this song. I ain't gonna front, this shit is fire. Like, so then after that, I'm like a couple days went by, then I hit Tata. I'm like, yo, bro, he got rich. And he was like, get him, I'm gonna set it up. You gonna get him, you gotta get him. So then, you feel me? He brought KR around and shit, and I ain't gonna front, KR was mad, like, skeptical. He was
Okay,
like,
I was about to dumb at first.
He was-
At first I was a jogging nigga.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was not jacking. I'm like, yo, bro,
I ain't
please,
gonna
bro,
front.
stop, bro, chill, bro.
All right, so hold on. Let's talk about why you wasn't dragging it. Let me hear your
I ain't
side.
gonna lie, cause everybody was telling me not to shine. I didn't really know what a production deal was. I didn't know how it was gonna help me. I just was against the idea of shining. I didn't want to shine at all.
Okay.
For me, but once I got to know these niggas, once I got to know that this nigga Far Rockaway, real ass nigga, for me.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And for you, Tata, what was it about KR that made you? Because that's a pretty bold thing to kind of make someone who signed you trust and invest in another rapper, and that's pretty humble and bold of you. What made you do that?
I'm really a team player, bro. I'm really a team player.
It's on top, I really
I
realized.
want to see everybody win, bro. Like
You should.
even niggas like that we got on the same. Like Sha EK, I want to see everybody win, bro. I'm really a real nigga, bro.
now I ain't gonna front. Tata like scouted a lot of the talent,
And
bro.
I ain't gonna front, I was shining off the strength of Tata I were like. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
He be real. Yo, bro, look at this nigga, yo. And even like you said, bro, like a super team player, because a lot of people in that position that Tata was in, they ain't trying to put nobody to step in front of them. Like,
Cause I ain't have nothing going on. Like I was nobody, bro. Gangsta.
Facts.
There's nobody.
Yeah. Nah, I always say this. Y'all come up to me was so crazy. Was so crazy to me. Like,
I ain't gonna front you. You was that dead from the start.
not facts. I ain't
my
gonna
first interview with
word.
Blockwork.
I was listen. I say that all the time. I'll be like I don't give a damn, man. But you know what's crazy? You talk about Being. That was the song that made me say, "Nah, I gotta tap in." And I told him, I was like, "I know you ain't got a lot of songs, but I hear the talent. I wanted to get that story
That's
first.
what
You know what I'm saying? Word, word.
what
Since y'all have been working with one another, what are some things that y'all feel like y'all have learned about one another? Like, you know, you go through a lot while building a business together. Y'all starting from ground up. what do y'all feel like y'all have learned from one another, and even about the business?
Just how to move, bro. We really grew like. I mean, a lot of niggas ain't like build this shit together, bro. We really grew together as a whole. Like we all had nothing, bro.
When you say how to move, be more specific. Like what exactly? Like what is that thing that makes you like, damn, I learned
We
this?
young niggas, bro. Like me and K Young and Jim, we young niggas, bro. A lot of young niggas don't got no guidance, bro. We lucky that we had the big bros, like a Far Touch, you know, like to show us, like, for me, how to really move in the streets, for me. Not even music, bro. Gangsta, they told us, nah, this shit, bro. It's not even about music, bro. Gangsta, we really got guidance in the shit. A lot of
That's
niggas
what's
don't
up.
got guidance in the music game, bro. Gangsta.
Absolutely. How about you, KR? What you feel like you learned since working with FR and everybody else?
Same shit, man. Feel me? I feel like I don't know, like we I don't know. I mean,
We're gonna get back to you. FR, let me hear, like, how do you feel now seeing the artists, your label going up, the artists becoming so successful, and going from working where certain artists, you and certain artists, the I guess the chemistry not being so great, to now it seems like a 360. You know, what is that feeling like?
Shit, working with these niggas ain't easy either, bro. But what I learned with working with them is, bro, is I like out of all the artists that I dealt with, the issues that I do go through with them, I'm grateful for, because it's not the shit that I was really going, like, you feel what I'm saying? It's not as big as the shit I was going through with my other artists that I was signed with and shit like that. So I'm grateful for them, bro. Like, I think one of the major things that I learned from, like, dealing with them is, like, communication.
Okay.
Because I think my communication kind of be off. Like, I don't know what the fuck to say sometimes.
Or do you feel like you're too aggressive or something, or too honest?
Probably both.
Okay.
Probably both, bro.
Wait, hold on. You know what? How do y'all feel about his communication? Do y'all feel like it's? I'm asking you. Let me ask them.
I ain't gonna fuck, communication is mad important. I'll tell these niggas that every single day. Like,
How do you feel as far as communication with y'all? Then?
it got way better. Like when we first started, like, feel me? I don't know, like it was hard to get a reach with the nigga.
Okay.
Feel me? Over time, feel me? We started getting closer, last just started moving, feel me? Communication out there for no more, man.
That's what's up.
Communication, bro.
Niggas came a long way. It's all about growth.
Back then, bro, this nigga FR go ghost. Like, I don't know, he go ghost for like 3 days, like a whole week sometime, bro. There used to be a lot going on, niggas should just go off the radar.
Is it
Not
hit on,
into
like,
nobody, bro.
where you
And
at?
they pop up back out of nowhere,
What
bro.
about money?
That never happened.
Stop doing that, though.
That's what's up.
Back, bro. And
That's
I think
what's
I learned too with all my artists too was like respect too. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Even if niggas is younger, older, whatever, like everybody need respect. Like, you feel what I'm saying? If you want respect, you gotta give respect. So
Absolutely.
I
Nah,
love that.
I respect that. I feel like I always say this. I have a kid. I have a 6-year-old, and I even learned from him just how to communicate better. How to, like, I don't spank him. I don't do nothing like that. I talk to him, like, try to get to understand how he feels, what is he going through, and I feel like that's no different with in any business. Both parties should feel comfortable to speak their mind. You know what I'm saying, without feeling judged or disrespected. You know what I mean? What was that like? The day when y'all signed?
Yeah, I want to speak on that because niggas said we
Absolutely.
got a fucked up
Yes.
deal.
We got the
Yo,
biggest real deal, bro.
Like,
Niggas don't
what?
got M's on their contract. Gangsta.
A lot of people say that though. Yo, we signed for an M. We signed for a
We
mil.
Yes.
signed for an M, though. We signed for multiple M's.
Gotcha.
M's with an S.
For the S, nigga.
M's with an S.
And that's word of my mother, nigga.
And that's just for a group deal, nigga. Nobody did their individual deal.
Nobody did a solo deal. It was a group deal.
Just for a group deal, bro. Y'all, they will never be able to fuck with us, bro. And I want to, you feel me, while we here right now, I want to give all my niggas they flowers. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to KR. Because he could have went and did this deal by himself.
Word of my mother.
Respectfully.
They ain't won us at first. They wanted KR.
Mm.
Gangsta.
And we sat down, me and him had a talk. I was like, yo, bro, listen, I think that we should do a group deal. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Let everybody get a chance. Everybody get paid. You feel what I'm saying? Like, let everybody eat instead of us. And then we could go and do an individual deal after. We get 2 checks. You feel what I'm saying? And the nigga could have said no. Because it was up to him. Like, you feel what I'm saying? He could have been like, nah, I want to just go do my deal.
Yeah.
He said, nah, come on, let's do the group deal.
And
I
Mr. That, we all started
though.
going
Feel me?
on.
I started with these niggas. I got it.
Yeah.
Feel me?
And in the midst
These
of while
niggas
the
my
other
brothers.
labels was hitting, we all just went up, nigga, and that's when they wanted all of us now.
Exactly.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what's
Exactly.
up.
In the midst of us doing the deal, Tata start going crazy, Jen start going crazy, like everybody start catching their moments. You feel what I'm saying? And you feel me? It just worked out for the better. So now you feel me? Shout out to Republic Records, you feel me? Shout out to us having the biggest deal in drill history.
Biggest.
The fuck
Or my mother, we got the biggest deal.
in history. Nobody did a bigger deal than us when it come to drill. Nobody. I don't want to say no names, but nobody.
Damn.
Respectfully.
How much was it?
Just know it's a couple M's. M's with an S. M's with an S.
Get crazy, man. Get crazy. Get crazy.
Bro, this what we walk around with just regular. It's just pocket money. It's just pocket money. Everybody going out to eat. We about to go out to eat right now, bro. We about to go viral. Like,
that's what's up.
This just pocket money.
We ain't even back on no jewelry yet or none of that, bro.
None of that. We ain't go crazy.
Bro.
How has life changed for y'all since that record deal?
Bro, a lot of everything different, bro.
Can I ask this?
I never really had no money before gangster. Like, I really gotta get used to having money, bro.
Yeah. What's that feeling like when you waking up now?
Crazy.
You ain't angry no more, huh?
Gangster, I used to be hungry. I'm never hungry.
That's a fact.
I eat everything. I'm never hungry, bro. For me, I never want to stay hungry.
You know, this is something I tell a lot of people. I be like, yo, when you don't have money, you angry as hell. You just mad. And anytime you get into beef, you invite beef more. You're more willing to go at everybody. Yeah. Because you don't have nothing. So now that y'all have money, do y'all feel like it's like, nah, this shit beneath me, nigga? Like,
Hell
you know why? Because when I be seeing niggas with $1 million contracts still beefing, I'm baffled. I'd be like, how could you have all this money in y'all account and still be entertaining people who got less than y'all?
Niggas be lost.
1000%.
This random diss tracks, bro, niggas.
Bro.
It comes with the territory, though. Like,
I mean, I didn't want to say anything, Tata, but since you brought it up, I'm not exactly sure if y'all should have went at Sha EK. I felt like that was an issue between FR.
He came up.
Sha EK dissed us.
Oh, he dissed y'all first.
Yo, bro, what about mother? Everybody got.
Okay, no. I know what my issue was with y'all. You said OGs. You said everybody. You could have just kept it Sha EK.
Even when that situation was happening, his mans was saying stuff about us. So
Okay.
Since y'all want to suck my
You
dick,
can't say you smoking my dash. I'ma smoke his dash. It's simple, bro.
It's simple, bro.
Like, what about mother? Why can't I run into you, kid? So fuck.
yo, I tell them don't smoke no dads, bro.
Yeah. You know what? How do? Yeah. So you feel like now you ain't with it?
I tell them that all the time,
Yeah,
bro.
I think
you ain't never see us drop a track dissing niggas dads, bro.
I'm trying to think.
We ain't
I
just
feel like one of y'all did.
My son D went crazy.
Okay, yes, there we go.
He went crazy.
I heard somebody. I believe it was. I think it was D. It was D.
Nah, yeah.
Yo, you want to know what it was though? It was because me and Sha was already having like our little issues, and then Blockwork was moving around with us on top of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he just felt like, alright, I'm gonna go at all these niggas.
Yeah.
So then that's how he really just started.
And I think that was wrong on his part too.
Yeah,
You know, to
he
be
just
fair.
started coming at everybody, bro. Like, you feel me? But they ain't never had no nigga. Tata and Sha EK was cool. Like,
Yeah.
he used to be
Yeah.
like, you feel me? He was around. He was in the studio.
Now I
all
remember,
that.
y'all had pictures together and all that. I remember that.
And he was writing them records too. Some of them records that Sha was doing. He was helping them in the booth.
FR, don't do that. Don't do that. You're gonna take the conversation somewhere else now.
I'm just saying, bro.
So you say, hold on, wait.
Bro.
Are you saying Tata wrote for Sha EK?
You wrote one and a half.
One and a half.
Not the whole song, but for me.
How much of the song?
Verse, bro.
The verse part?
A good little verse, bro. I was in the studio with that day. I ain't seen that. Give him the whole verse, bro.
Oh man, you know people's going crazy when they gonna go crazy when they hear this.
I know the real. I never had to mention it.
Yeah.
I'm mentioning it.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
there.
Damn.
Respectfully.
I mean, the truth is the truth. You know what I'm saying? Honesty is honesty. Wow.
And I want to say this too, bro.
Yeah.
It ain't no problems with that though. Like niggas be looking at that shit like that's a super duper bad thing.
Yeah,
like,
nah, I
I'm
agree.
in the stew. Can y'all help me in the stew all the time? Yo,
Listen.
what I say after this? Gangsta, all my mans.
I feel the same. Yo, Drake has writers, bro. Drake has people
Drake is
writing.
the GOAT.
That's it. And it don't take nothing away from him for me. You know what I'm saying? At all.
like at the end of the day, like when you in a studio and it's multiple people in there thinking, sometimes a nigga brain just stops sometimes. Like you feel me? You need to bounce energy off of, you feel what I'm saying, to get your shit sparked again. So ain't nothing really wrong with that, but
Absolutely.
yeah, my son top. Yeah.
Bet. Yo, let's talk Drill Nation. You know, one of the, I think probably the only, one of the biggest shows.
Niggas
You
ain't
know what
never
I'm saying?
before, bro.
Nah, yeah. So y'all have Drill Nation. How do y'all put this all together? And how did y'all?
That shit was mad stressful, bro.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Nah, it's stressful.
Rehearsals,
Mhm.
documentaries, bro. It's just too much, bro.
So,
Yeah.
shout out to the whole team, the whole Right of Rome, the whole KVA's Touch, Bond, Malone, Jack,
Jay Stark, Starboy,
Just YP,
Mikey, Just,
She
YP,
Richh.
everybody.
Was that
Everybody,
everyone?
bro.
Was that everyone's first time performing?
Nah,
Okay.
I wouldn't
Okay.
say performing, but I feel like
Big
headlining,
show, yeah.
like,
Okay.
like really headlining.
Yeah.
But
Nah.
that was like, we put that whole shit together like from scratch. I'm talking about finding the venue, hiring our staff for the venue.
And we ain't have our deal yet, nigga.
And we
Nah,
had
facts.
to do
Facts. Word.
That's a fact.
Still hungry, nigga.
Independent, we did that shit.
Wow. Did you run into trouble with, I guess, legally when I say, because you know, there's this stigma on drill.
Yeah.
They don't want rappers performing. Did you run into any issues? How did y'all overcome that?
We had to basically get the community affairs involved, like
Wow.
for us to like really have that shit without them coming to shut it down or like, you feel me, making it an issue because you know the mayor he on bullshit with all the drill and they trying to shut anything that got a drill concert. The hip hop police is just coming to shut. They don't give a fuck if something happen or not.
Mm.
It's gonna happen. That's how they look at it. Like if it ain't happened yet, it's gonna happen. So we just basically had to make sure we ran it through everybody and you feel me and my partners, we had to like make it clear to them like, yo, this ain't for nothing to happen. Like we doing this really trying to do something for the community and for young rappers that's trying to like get out the hood. Like this is a chance for them to make money and go up and feed their family. So they understood and you feel me? They let us rock, man. It was a great
It was a
concert.
success.
Everybody
Yeah.
went home safe too. We had no fights in the concert, none of that.
And
Well-
we even squashed beef. Like Blockwork and Kenzo wasn't really fucking with each other at the time.
Yes,
But,
yeah.
You feel me? They came together just to make sure you feel me, they could do the concert.
Shout out Kenzo, bro.
But,
Shout out
you know, I'm gonna have to ask you the $1 million question. I just interviewed Kenzo too, so I didn't drop it yet. But the question everybody wants to know: were they on stage together?
No,
Thank you.
they wasn't on stage together.
Yeah.
I don't know why people keep fucking saying that.
You know what it is? I feel like everyone wants to have a reason to belittle someone doing better
like,
than them.
let me give a funny story about that
Yeah.
shit too, because it's funny how the world works, bro.
Mhm.
That song that Kenzo performed, he was never even supposed to perform that song.
Can't hear you
either.
still.
That's the
Fuck.
crazy thing. He was supposed to send his music. He waited mad late to send it. It was no service in there. We couldn't get his songs. So now we at the DJ booth. Now his team, they all get aggravated. Like, what the fuck? Y'all don't got no, they bombing the DJ. Y'all don't got no Kenzo. Y'all don't got no Kenzo Baller.
Oh,
and
shit.
the DJ said,
I got ready to blitz.
I got this.
I say that. Fuck it.
So at that point, do y'all know like, damn?
I didn't
I ain't
even
lie.
know.
We
I
didn't
didn't know.
peep. We forgot.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
I was just chilling it like when they was doing that. I was just chopping.
At that moment, Tata, what are you thinking when they say, he gonna
When I
perform?
heard it, I looked around.
I
Like,
was bad
yo.
weak. I was bad weak when I was bad weak.
But that's really how that shit played out though. So he wasn't trying to be funny, he wasn't trying to be disrespectful to Blockwork or none of that. Like you feel what I'm saying? It just so happened that was literally the only song that the DJ had of him.
Wow.
Word. So that's how that happened.
Shout out my son Ray too, word. Shout out Ray.
Wow.
All the King Crew popped out.
Bad. Talk to me about Vice. What was that experience like? Like your first year getting signed, first show together as a collective. Yeah. But I know they was actually at the Drill Nation, right? So I know they sat down with all of you, Jen, KR. What is that like? You know, did y'all watch it?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Let's watch that shit live.
How was that like?
That shit fire.
That shit made me happy. Like, it made me feel like I stand my place on this earth. Like, I'm really doing this shit for a reason. Like, I really got a purpose. That's how I feel.
That was a big deal. Son.
Oh yeah.
I used to watch Vice, bro.
Yeah.
being on that shit like, oh shit.
The
Facts.
funny thing is, the nigga who put that together was Crooklyn. Shout out to Crooklyn. Cause he dead put that whole, even with Sha EK being on that shit, like everybody being on that vice shit that happened to Crooklyn. Shout out my son Crooklyn. My son really working too, like respectfully behind the scenes.
I want to ask, why the hell wasn't Crooklyn on it?
Like what you mean? Oh,
I feel like.
Oh, they violated him.
How
They
so?
violated him. He hit me. He was like they basically used him. Like he gave them all the lines. He connected them to all the people, and then he basically just like shitted on him. Like, all right, we got what we need.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what to say about that, but I hope. Yeah. Shout out Crooklyn. You said shout out who?
Vice.
What that mean, Tata?
Like they put me on the show.
Listen, man, yo, fellas, I just want to say, you know, me, I remember back in the day, I wanted to do music, and now I found my love, which is journalism, hearing y'all stories and all that, and watching y'all, as young as y'all are, take off, follow y'all dream, be successful. It's like a blessing to me still. It's like I'm living vicariously through y'all, and I would love to see all of y'all just go up. Much more blessings, you know what I'm saying? So what is next for y'all? What could the people expect from everyone?
All for one for all. Album dropping real soon.
Smack.
Collective?
Yes, sir.
Oh man.
Album what the fuck it is, man.
Seba remix.
See what everybody makes.
Okay. How let's talk percentage. How far in to the album are you guys right now?
I ain't gonna lie.
85, 90.
85?
We like 200, nigga.
We got mad
We got mad
songs,
songs, bro.
It's done, bro. They want us to keep making
She want
more.
us to keep making
Nah, bro. These niggas don't be understanding sometimes. They be doing a lot of shit, but we gotta chase after the records and find a producer and do. It's like when you like going into the label, bro. Like it's kind of difficult because we can't just do what the fuck we want. Like we
You
used
can't
to.
move at your own pace.
Yeah, like it's not just like drop whenever we want. Now we want to put something like one shoot video, let it go. Like it's not like that no more. So
Yeah.
it's real difficult for them on that shit because they used to just like going to YP, doing a song, making with Just Tomorrow, dropping videos.
Yeah.
It's out. Like,
Why is it that way where you see artists once they sign, it's kind of things slow down as far as like they can't release as consistent as they.
We can drop whenever we want to. But we just gotta make sure it goes through like the people first. Feel me?
As far as
that's really the process that hold it up.
as far as like what production and the labels and all that.
Yeah, because you know they gotta get all the paperwork right.
Okay.
Let's say if you're doing a feature, you gotta talk to the other nigga about it. It's going split
Gotcha.
contracts with the producers and you know labels ain't trying to fucking get sued, so
Yeah.
they ain't gonna just be putting nothing out that they don't really fully own.
Gotcha.
Producers out here wilding too, bro. They see you got signed, they talking about some 5K, 10K for the beat. Niggas start trying to go viral.
Yo, you know what? How much was the beats before you got signed?
$300.
Now they tax him.
5K. What you mean 5K, bro?
Crazy. It's like it's a gift and a curse. You know what I'm saying? But much better you have that problem than to have the problem of not being signed. Word.
So we don't deal with those type of producers though. So
there you go.
Good. We still dealing with our 300. Still dealing with our 300 producers respectfully.
Hold on. Last question. If someone would like to be a part of the camp, how would that happen? Who do they go through? What are you looking for? Or even are you even looking at the moment?
Nah, we about to sign a new artist today. Respectfully.
Okay. You want to get them on camera or what you want to do?
Yeah, you want to get on camera, bro?
Nah, you gotta wait. You gotta pop out right.
After he signed. Okay.
Hold on, he can't for me.
Yeah, he was ready to get up too. I feel you.
I said step. He gonna step, bro. He really better than a lot of y'all niggas, bro. Right about my mother, like.
If you want to get signed, you gotta holla at Tata, bro.
Say no more.
I'm the head A&R of right around campaign, bro. You don't have to be. You not getting signed.
There you go. Tapping with Tata. Listen, gentlemen, I appreciate y'all time. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, I want to see y'all keep going up. You know what I mean? Until next time, man.
Alright.
It's fine, man.